Hello, everybody. I'd like to call this meeting of the Bay County Board of Commissioners Committee of the Whole to order. It is Tuesday, March 10th, 2026. It's 4 p.m. Lindsay, could you please call a roll?
Crete?
Here.
Nemec? Here. Begig?
Here.
Beeson?
Here.
Rupp?
Here.
Dockett?
Here.
Benajak?
Here.
Quorum present.
Okay, thank you. Could we please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay. Item number 4, are there any changes to the agenda?
Yes, Mr. Chair. I would like to make a motion to add a resolution for approval to initiate proceedings pursuant to MCL 46-11 to consider removal of Douglas Stone as Bay County Library System trustee as a final item under petitions and communications.
Support. It's been moved and supported. Is there any discussion? Should do a roll call vote on that?
Sure.
I think it's a special amendment, so I think it requires a voice vote, 2/3 vote.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Approval of the agenda as amended.
Move to
Entertain a
approve.
motion.
The agenda is moved as amended.
Been moved and supported. Is there any discussion? See none. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. I would entertain a motion to approve the minutes from our February 10th, 2026 meeting.
So moved.
Support.
It's been moved and supported. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Okay, this time in our meeting is for public input. Anyone that would like to address the County Commission, please come up to the podium, state your name. There will be 5 minutes allowed for your comments.
Thank you, Commissioners. Thank you, Chair. Good afternoon. Chris Gerard, 100 Braddock Street, Bay City. I just wanted to take a few moments to speak regarding the upcoming appointment to the Bay Area Behavioral Health Board. Serving on this board has been one of the most meaningful opportunities that I've had in public service. Behavioral health services affect many families across Bay and Area counties every single day, and the work requires steady collaboration between local governments, providers, and community organizations. Over the past several years, I've worked to support the collaboration and to represent Bay County residents in a way that keeps the focus where it belongs, on the people who depend on these services. In roles like this, continuity and experience are important for maintaining strong relationships and stability in the behavioral health system. During my time on the board, I have also had the opportunity to serve in leadership roles, including previously as board secretary, currently as the board treasurer, and as chair of both the program committee and the nominating committee. Boards that oversee important public services work best when appointments are focused on experience, commitment, and the needs of the residents they serve. In my role as mayor of the city of Bay City, I see every day how closely community well-being is connected to strong behavioral health partnerships across our region. This issue is also personal for me. Mental health challenges affects many families, including my own. Part of my work in the community has been trying to reduce stigma and encourage people to seek help when they need it. That commitment is also why I started the Healthy Minds, Healthy Bodies initiative, which focuses on improving both mental and physical well-being in our community. My family has a long history of advocating for people to be fully included in our community. As a grandfather to a granddaughter on the autism spectrum, I care deeply about making sure systems like Bay Aranac Behavioral Health remain strong for the people who rely on them. My hope is simply to continue to serve in a role where my experience and relationships can contribute to the stability and effectiveness of the organization. I respect the responsibility of the County Commission has in making appointments, and I appreciate your time and consideration. Thank you very much.
Hi, Caitlin and Benjamin Day, 1911 Center Avenue. Thanks for having us. I am, of course, here to speak about the library. And I was not surprised, but was, of course, disgusted to hear Doug Stone's comments that he can't imagine anybody gives a shit about the library. And I was pretty confused about why he would say that. And so I contacted the library and got their usage reports. And this is all public information that was shared in their board packet and to all of you. So I just wanted to go over the numbers from January that I thought were very cool. Ben just saw for the first time and thought was very cool. All of the branches had total visitors over 20,000 in January. And I think if any Bay County business had 20,000 people walk through the door, we'd be saying people clearly give a shit about this, right? Programs, 93 programs with 2,900 attendees, some people who might give a shit about the library. And items in circulation, this is absolutely wild to me. Just in January, 59,000 items in circulation from the library. 59,000 resources in Bay County utilized in 1 month. So I'll keep it short and sweet, and there are really three things. Of course, the resolution today, I am hoping for unanimous support. As we say, this is a clear abdication of duties. On that note, when it comes time for the next appointment, I hope we're more thoughtful in weeding out bad actors. And I think there are two questions that could do that. How long have you had a library card? What library resources do you utilize? And lastly, I'm hoping to see this commission accept a full millage renewal. Any disinvestment in the library is unacceptable to this community. And I'm hoping the library board puts forth a full renewal and this commission puts it on the ballot for the people to decide. So that's all I have. And I think we have some more public speakers today. Thank you.
Is there anyone else that would like to address the commission?
Good afternoon. My name is Lisa Murphy, and I'm here today for the same reason that you're here. When I read all of the chit-chat on Facebook and in the MLive reports and things about how people in Bay City don't give a shit, excuse my language, but it was there, about the library, I thought about it and I thought, there has never been a time in my life when I haven't cared about the library. And I can tell you it started when I was about 3 or 4. My dad had a job at Stouffer's and got laid off. And he took a job as a library aide. And as a 3 or 4-year-old, I got to ride around in the car with him and drive around Bay City and pick up library books where people they didn't have the ability to bring them back themselves or did it, whatever. So I got to get the books and look at them at 3 or 4. And then in my own home, because my dad was a library page, I got to get all of the discarded books. And so I learned to read on Miss Susie and Little Toot, and I just absolutely loved my books. Well, I got a little older and was able to ride my bike to the library here on Center, and I got to see really cool things there like Indian powwows. I did make and take activities. Got a little older, started to go to college, became a teacher, and Glenda and Carol, the librarians at the time at the Center Avenue branch, hooked me up every month. They got me 30 books. If I said I needed, I should state that I also taught. I was a teacher. I'm going chronologically, but I was a teacher for 25 years. Every grade, preschool through 5th, but 4th. And I've been on many committees, and I've been on many, I've served many different elected levels of jobs that were offered in my school district. So getting back to my becoming a teacher, again, Carol and Glenda would get my books all set. They'd give me a page with all the books that were on it. My students would check them off. We'd put them back in. They'd get so excited about me getting more books. Then as a teacher, I went to the library and I got many materials for my students. All kinds of things that wouldn't make any sense to you guys, but like if kids are having problems with initial consonant sounds or median consonant sounds or ending consonant sounds or reading or whatever, they had all kinds of little things that were already made for me, like little file folders that you opened them up and they had little letters that matched the uppercase and lowercase letters and things like that. Of course, I brought my own kids to the library myself. We lived right over here off the center. Growing up, that's where I raised my kids. Did the library, same things that I did, story time, crafts, art. And I would be very much willing to be a part of the board, and I thought that there was a position that was open that could be nominated, and I would gladly accept. Like I said, I've had 25 years of teaching experience. I'm retired. I'm home now, and there's not much more than dogs and kids that I love. Thank you. Thank you.
The lady, I just have to get her name.
Hello. I'm Amy Haroff. I live at 2197 Matthew Drive in Frankenless Township, and I just want to thank you for the opportunity to speak. I am a proud library user. I use Hoopla, I check out books, I use their resources, and I've taken my kids there for 20 years. And even though my kids are all in their 20s now, they still like to go there for crafts, for seeing the reindeer, even though they're always the biggest kids there. They also do the seed swaps that the library offers. And there are just so many different things that the library offers folks in the city and in the county. And I just wanted to express my support for there to be a library millage brought forward. I was granted the opportunity to be on the 2020 millage initiative, and it was a great learning experience. So thank you so much.
Is there anyone else that would like to address the board?
Hi, my name's Hannah Main. I'm a homeowner here in Bay City and an avid library user. Libby's my favorite service, but there are plenty of programs and many people here who can obviously tell you how they use the library and how it's important for teachers and kids, etc. So I'm not going to go on and on about that. I think it's clear how libraries benefit our society. But I will say, from the point of a board member representing the library and the city, I think not only is it reprehensible to do the opposite of advocating for the board that you're on, I think it's also really saddening to see, as a Bay City resident, discrimination against bums or people who are homeless. That's just not something I thought I would see on a board for a board member of the library. And I wanted to just give a little representation from maybe someone who isn't a teacher or doesn't have young kids of her own, is just a young single person who lives here and works in business. I don't work in public service. I got my MBA at SVSU, and I understand that we have to think about the finances and make sure that everything's solvent. And I think we can do that without this type of behavior. And I'm glad that this was brought up, actually, to kind of bring out everyone's advocacy and to show the opportunity. I've been looking for ways to be more involved in the city in ways that I care about, and reading and literacy is something I really care about, as well as public services. So again, I would also be happy to serve on the board if there's a gap for people willing.
Anyone else wish to address the commission? Public input going once. Public input going twice. Okay, public input is closed. We'll move on to petitions and communications. Under A, Board of Commissioners, Bay County Capital Improvement Bonds, Series 2026. And entertain a motion.
So moved.
Support?
Motion's been made and supported. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Item 2, support of Michigan House Bill 5286 for 2025-2026, supporting brownfield redevelopment and environmental cleanup programs.
Move that resolution. Support.
It's been moved and supported. Is there any discussion? Commissioner Begay.
I'm on the Brownfield Board, and we've had the opportunity in the last couple of years to do, Tim Hortons was one of those on the corner of Salzburg and Euclid. We've had a project in Auburn also that we've worked on, so I think it's a good way to develop the properties that are, probably got gas or oil or whatever it is, the pollutant, to get it cleaned up so it's usable again. Thank you.
Anybody else? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Oh, I'm sorry.
I was just going to reiterate what Commissioner Begay said, and that is that this bill will strengthen the statutes at the state level and the state's commitment to brownfield redevelopment authorities. And as Commissioner Begay has mentioned, we have done 2 smaller projects, and the biggest one was Bay Valley Resort. And the board approved the TIF, tax increment financing, so that the additional taxes that Bay Valley will pay over and above what they're currently paying will be collected at the end of 10 years. But the brownfield redevelopment authorization also allows them to recover costs involving removal of asbestos or any other contamination on the site as they redevelop and polish our Bay Valley Resort. So I just wanted to add that and thank the board for passing it.
Thank you. Under item B, Director of 911 Central Dispatch, item 1, Axon Enterprise Incorporated, Agreement for Assistive Call Taking 2026 to 2031. I entertain a motion to approve.
Motion to approve.
Support.
It's been moved and supported. Is there any discussion?
I think Ryan's here. Ryan, you want to give us an overview to the rest of the commission about this? Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. So really excited about this software, and really this is just assisted of call taking. So it's real-time transcription, it does translation, and quality assurance also in real time. So we can integrate our standard operating procedures for the call type in real time, provide feedback, identify potential deficiencies before they become habitual. We can have real-time notifications of really dangerous call types. If a gun is mentioned, we can have that notification go immediately to the supervisor, any other administrative staff or dispatch staff that we kind of appropriate to be in the loop on that. I mean, everybody's ears kind of perk up when you hear things like gun or, dangerous type calls. So that's in it as well. In addition, it provides real-time translation, which is really interesting. So, in the past, we've gotten calls from people who don't speak English, and maybe they say, hey, my baby's not breathing. And right now, what we need to do is we need to get somebody on the line that speaks that particular language. So we have to identify it, and then we call a third-party vendor language line, and then have them translate as we talk to that individual. So what this does is it translates it immediately into text for the dispatcher, and then the dispatcher can then text, and that comes text to voice in the language that they're speaking. Automatic recognition. There's no middleman. For example, recently we had somebody who was speaking what we believe to be a Chinese dialect, and it was difficult to get the appropriate response from language line. and identifying the native speaker in that particular case. So just automatic translation on that. And the transcription is, kind of real-time, very fast closed caption, and at any given time, a dispatcher's doing 3, 4, 5 things at once. So this just doesn't miss things, and it aids that dispatcher, and just excited about that. So efficiency, life safety, and then the quality assurance that it provides in that real-time feedback can prevent us from having to have supervisors scheduled for overtime, which is what we currently do, and manually process quality assurance. So it takes away a lot of delayed response in quality assurance, like I had said previously, and just a lot of assistance there. We also see some benefits in training. It assists in call taking. So, our ability to retain initial trainees is tough, right? It's a 6-month program, and we see that assisting in call taking as one of the benefits of keeping good candidates and getting them entirely through that program and retaining them to the end. So,
Thank you.
yeah, thank you.
Anybody else have any comments or questions?
Just want to point out, there is a service for veterans also, a free phone service that they can get. Well, you'll do a transcription, there's a device, and can't remember the name of the company, but that is available also for veterans.
Yeah, okay. Appreciate that, thank you.
We have it in our office.
Do you? Okay, yep. So I'll follow up with you as well. Appreciate that.
It's a really cool technology.
Okay. Anyone else? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Item 2, Motorola Solutions Service Agreement 2026-2027. Entertain a motion to approve.
So moved. Support?
It's been moved and supported. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Item 3, travel requests to attend Tyler Connect 2026 conference. Entertain a motion to approve.
So moved.
Support.
It's been moved and supported. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Item C, Community Corrections, vendor agreement with TRICAP Incorporated. Entertain a motion to approve.
So moved.
Support?
It's been moved and supported. Is there any discussion? Commissioner Beget.
Point out another use of our opioid money, and that we'll be using it for other things too, but this is one of the things that will help out those prisoners getting out of jail.
Agreed.
Yep.
Anyone else? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Item D, Health Officer, amendment to contract for forensic pathology services with Dr. Patrick Cho. Make a motion, or entertain a motion to approve.
So moved.
Support.
It's been moved and supported. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Item E, Environmental Affairs and Community Development Department, additional EGLE funding for materials management planning. Entertain a motion to approve.
So moved.
Support.
It's been moved and supported. Is there any discussion?
Do we have anybody?
Michael's here.
Yeah. I remember when this process started, I knew it was going to be a long process and it was going to be expensive, so.
Yeah, that's right, and I
Yes.
appreciate
Thank you.
your patience with it, yeah.
Yeah. Do you want to explain it a little bit? I know it's been I know Laura Ogar started
Sure,
back
yeah.
a few years ago, and
Yeah,
a lot
absolutely.
of work.
Yep, and this will help unlock more funding through the round 2 of EGLE funds. The nice thing is, again, it's match-free. This was all provided for when they passed the state legislation around the whole update from solid waste management to materials management planning. So this extra $110,000 is going to get packaged with the previous round of money we got, and hopefully that's going to unlock a really nice opportunity to go out for bid for consulting services to help us accelerate is now a fixed deadline. You know, we're kind of crashing towards that, so we got to get that in, and we're going to get hopefully a really good consultant. We'll be back to the board for consideration on a bid and things of that nature. This will also help us with, up in our department, additional funding for personnel, things of that nature. And the Materials Management Committee has been great. I appreciate everybody's service on that. And yeah, we're continuing to learn lots about sort of like the circularity of the whole waste stream. So it's been good.
Thank you.
Awesome. Thanks, Mike. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Item F, Director of Recreation and Facilities, softball field maintenance agreement with Bay City Softball Association 2026. Entertain a motion to so move.
Support.
It's been moved and supported. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Item G, under Personnel Director, item number 1, release of RFP for onboarding software solution. Entertain a motion to approve.
So move.
Support?
It's been moved and supported. Is there any discussion?
I would just point out that Convention and Visitors Bureau has a good onboarding program that, you know, maybe it'll bid on, but that's been a good one that, I don't know if you've had to use it yet, but new members, they get you up to speed pretty quick. So.
Anyone else? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Item 2, Recreation and Facilities, full-time community center coordinator position. I entertain a motion to approve.
So moved. Support?
It's been moved and supported. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Item 3, revised personnel policy 2026. I'd entertain a motion to approve.
So move.
Support?
It's been moved and supported. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. H, Finance, item 1, analysis of general fund equity 2025-2026. Motion to receive.
So moved.
Support?
It's been moved and supported. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Item 2, update regarding Executive Directive 2007-11. Entertain a motion to receive.
Move to receive?
Support.
Been moved and supported. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Item 3, 2027 budget schedule and calendar. Entertain a motion to
Move to approve.
Support.
It's been moved and supported. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Item 4, approval of audit F65 form with Rehmann Robson. Entertain a motion to approve.
Move to approve?
Support.
It's been moved and supported. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Item number 5, program income funds transfer from housing rehabilitation loans. I'd entertain a motion to approve.
Move to approve.
Been moved and supported. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Item 6, Rehmann Robson change order 2026. I'd entertain a motion to approve.
Move that resolution.
Support?
It's been moved and supported. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Item I, payables, general. I'd entertain a motion to approve the payables.
Move to approve?
Support. It's been moved and supported. Is there any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Item J, Office of Assigned Counsel, January 2026 report. Entertain a motion to receive.
Move to receive.
Support?
Been moved and supported. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Item K, approval to initiate proceedings pursuant to MCL 46-11 to consider removal of Douglas Stone as Bay County Library System Trustee as the final item under petitions communication.
I move to approve.
Support.
Been moved and supported. Is there any discussion? I'm going to read that resolution to you. Oh, I'm sorry, Jesse.
I just had one thing. I'm going to support this, but I did like one of the speakers talked about an additional couple questions on the application. I don't know how much control we have over those, but I know that the library board has, or the library has bylaws that require you to advocate vigorously in favor of the library and that type of thing. And some additional questions on that would be really helpful in determining quality candidates. So that's all. Thank you.
I would comment on that as well as at that appointment. Applications could be made at any time now, and those will be made at our June meeting. So I'm going to read this resolution. It's dated Bay County Board of Commissioners, dated March 17th, 2026. Resolution by the Committee of the Whole, whereas on June 20, 2023, the Bay County Board of Commissioners cast a 3-2 vote in favor of selecting Douglas Stone as trustee to the Bay County Library System Board of Trustees, serving the term July 1, 2023 through June 30th, 2028. And whereas issues of concern have been reported to members of the Board of Commissioners regarding the conduct of Mr. Stone that allege Mr. Stone is guilty of either official misconduct or habitual or willful neglect of duty in his position as library trustee, which is a basis for removal from his position as a trustee by the appointing authority, the Bay County Board of Commissioners, pursuant to MCL 46-11N. Specifically, the statute reads in pertinent part as follows. A county board of commissioners at a lawfully held meeting may do one or more of the following. N, remove an officer or agent appointed by the board if, in the board's opinion, the officer or agent is incompetent to execute properly the duties of the office, or if, on charges and evidence, the board is satisfied that the officer or agent is guilty of official misconduct or habitual or willful neglect of duty, and if the misconduct or neglect is a sufficient cause for removal. However, an officer or agent shall not be removed for that misconduct or neglect unless charges of misconduct or neglect are presented to the County Board of Commissioners or the chairperson of the County Board of Commissioners. Notice of hearing with a copy of the charges is delivered to the officer or agent, and a full opportunity is given the officer or agent to be heard, either in person or by counsel. And whereas pursuant to MCL 46-1, Section N, Board Chair Banaszak is requesting that the board approve the initiation of proceedings to consider at a public hearing Mr. Stone's potential removal from office. Mr. Stone shall be provided with a copy of a formal written notice outlining the charges and a notice of hearing of said proceedings. This hearing should be set to directly follow the Committee of the Whole meeting on April 7th, 2026. At that hearing, the board will receive evidence of the alleged misconduct and/or habitual or willful neglect of duty of Mr. Stone in his position as library trustee, and Mr. Stone shall have an opportunity, if he chooses, to address and be heard by the board prior to any vote being taken on the issue of removal. And whereas this board initiate action to consider the removal of Douglas Stone as Bay County Library Board trustee pursuant to MCL 46-11, Section N, that the Bay County Corporate Counsel should be directed to draft and serve the notice of hearing and charging document that shall include, at a minimum, the following allegations communicated to the Board of Commissioners as a basis to consider removal. Number 1, statements made by Trustee Stone at a library board meeting on April 24, 2024, in which he stated, "I think more needs to be done to discriminate against the homeless," referring to the unhoused as it relates to the provision of library services. During that same meeting, Trustee Stone also stated, "I see a bum carrying stuff from the parking lot to the front door." Subsequently, at this May 22nd, 2024 library board meeting, Trustee Stone stated that this says there, according to the meeting minutes, says there is a law that says you can't exclude bums from the library. Statements made by Trustee Stone at the November 19th, 2025 library board meeting, in which he stated that the board is nothing but a rubber stamp. It's just a joke. He repeated similar remarks on February 25, 2026, the library board meeting, again stating that the board is nothing but a rubber stamp and a joke, and further asserting that he can't imagine that they, meaning Bay County residents, give a shit about the library. Item 3, release of statements to the Bay County Commissioners, the public, and media containing the false information regarding the library system, including misleading and incorrect data surrounding the number of employees, the budget, the library's general fund, which would be detrimental to the library's public standing and request for millage renewal. And number 4, falsely asserting both to the library board, County Board of Commissioners, and/or members of the public that he has repeatedly asked library administration for supporting financial and budget data, but it has been denied, in attempting to support his assertion with altered and/or after created documents. And item 5, that the above actions may establish Mr. Stone's A, failure to fulfill his responsibilities to work to assure adequate funding for the library and be an advocate for the library as clearly set forth in Article 6, Section 1 of the Bay County Library Board of Trustees bylaws. Item B, failure to fulfill his responsibilities to provide good working conditions, compensations, and benefits for the library staff as set forth in Article 6, Section 1 of the Bay County Library System Board of Trustees bylaws. Item C, failure to fulfill his responsibilities to assure provision of a full range of quality services and a balanced collection of library materials to meet the educational, informational, and recreational needs of all citizens of Bay County as set forth in Section 3 of the Bay County Library System Board of Trustees bylaws. Item D, failure to abide by the Code of Ethics as set forth in Article 9, Section 2 of the Bay County Library System Board of Trustees bylaws by failing to distinguish clearly in his actions and statements between his personal philosophies and attitudes and those of the institution, and by failing to promote a high level of service while observing ethical standards as set forth in that same section. And whereas the board will consider and/or determine if any of the above allegations are true, and if true, whether they establish official misconduct or habitual or willful neglect of duty, and if the misconduct or neglect is sufficient cause for removal of Mr. Stone from his positions as library board trustee. Therefore, be it resolved that the Bay County Board of Commissioners hereby initiates proceedings pursuant to MCL 46-11 Section N to consider the removal of Douglas Stone from the Bay County Library System Board of Trustees. Be it further resolved that a public hearing on this matter shall be scheduled to immediately follow the Committee of the Whole meeting of the Bay County Board of Commissioners on April 7th, 2026. Be it further resolved that the Bay County Corporation Counsel is directed to prepare and serve upon Douglas Stone a formal notice of hearing and charging document consistent with the requirements of MCL 46-11 Section N, which shall include, at a minimum, the following allegations communicated to the Board of Commissioners as potential grounds for removal. 1, statements made by Trustee Stone at a library board meeting on April 24, 2024, in which he stated, "I think more needs to be done to discriminate against the homeless," referring to the unhoused as it relates to provision of library services. During that same meeting, Trustee Stone also stated, "I see a bum carrying stuff from the parking lot to the front door." Subsequently, at the May 22, 2024 Library Board meeting, Trustee Stone stated that this meeting minutes says there is a law that says you can't exclude bums from the library. 2, statements made by Trustee Stone at the November 19, 2025 Library Board meeting, in which he stated that the board is nothing but a rubber stamp, is just a joke. He repeated similar remarks at the February 25, 2026 Library Board meeting, again stating that the board is nothing but a rubber stamp and a joke, and further asserting that he can't imagine that they, meaning Bay County residents, give a shit about the library. Release of statements, item 3, release of statements to Bay County Commissioners, the public, and media containing false information regarding the library system, including misleading and incorrect data surrounding the number of employees, the budget, the library's general fund, which would be detrimental to the library's public standing and request for a millage. And 4, falsely asserting both to the library board, county board of commissioners, and/or members of the public that he has repeatedly asked library administration for supporting financial and budget data, but it has been denied, and attempting to support this assertion with altered and/or after created documents. And 5, that the above actions may establish Mr. Stone's A, failure to fulfill his responsibilities to work to assure adequate funding for the library, and be an advocate for the library, as clearly set forth in Article 6, Section 1 of the Bay County Library System Board of Trustees bylaws. B, failure to fulfill his responsibilities to provide good working conditions, compensation, and benefits for the library staff, as set forth in Article 6, Section 1 of the Bay County Library System Board of Trustees bylaws. C, failure to fulfill his responsibilities to assure provision of a full range of quality services and a balanced collection of library materials to meet the educational, informational, and recreational needs of all citizens of Bay County, as set forth in Section 3 of the Bay County Library System Board of Trustees bylaws. And D, failure to abide by the Code of Ethics as set forth in Article 9, Section 2 of the Bay County Library System Board of Trustees bylaws, by failing to distinguish clearly in his actions and statement between his personal philosophies and attitudes and those of the institution, and by failing to promote a high level of service while observing ethical standards as set forth in that same section. All those in favor, say aye.
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 Opposed? Motion carries. Item 9, are there any referrals? See none? Is there any unfinished business? Any new business? Is there need for closed session?
There's not, Mr. Chair.
Thank you. Is there any miscellaneous today? Mr. Dockett.
Thank you, Commissioner Crete. I forgot to mention this on Board of Commissioners 1 with the capital improvement bonds. I've had a few people reach out and ask about the pool and updates on the pool, and that was for bonding out costs for the pool. So it is moving forward, just so everybody at home can know that we are officially, getting the money in line so we can actually start doing work. So it's exciting to see. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else? Any announcements?
I hear there's a parade on Sunday, and I wish we would have had it yesterday, but I think it's gonna be colder on Sunday.
There's going to be.
But that's not unusual, so yeah, Sunday, 2 o'clock, St. Patrick's Day Parade.
Everyone is Irish on that day.
Yep.
Got it.
Bring your rain juice.
Any other announcements?
Motion to adjourn?
Support.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. We stand adjourned.